Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to The Majors Live, episode 306 here on TMSNX Radio, TheMajors.net. I'm Adam Hernandez. With me is Dorf. Sean is
part-timing
again tonight.
He's gonna be now. His obligation is over. If he's not like, I think he went with his lady down to the Pistons game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That got over about an hour and 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, he could be down. He could
be like, fuck these guys and hop in the car and get over here.
And you know
Stop calling me part-time.
And you know what, too, Dorf? We're right off of the highway.
I know.
Because he's
Could
going.
just stop by on the way home.
Yeah. Because he has.
Amanda, wait in the car.
Because he has to go by. This area
to get home.
Yeah. So I'm assuming he comes down 96 here in Detroit. If anybody out there knows Detroit highways, to get back to the west side of Wayne County.
Well, he lives off of 96.
Yeah. So 96, the other 96.
Yeah, the other part of 96, yes.
So he's got to take 96, 275 to 96.
Yeah. Back to 96 or whatever.
So he could
show up.
But,
he's going to walk in here in one of his creepy clown masks and stab us.
Anyways, welcome
to into that horror movie shit.
He is, yeah.
You are too. Who are we kidding?
I like scary movies. Not to the degree that he does, though.
Yeah. I don't want to call it Sean liking them. That's obsession.
He likes shitty scary movies though too.
Probably just for the cringe.
Yeah, probably. He's told me to watch these previews before. I'm like that's like the dumbest movie I've ever seen. But I don't know. I like some stupid movies too. Sorry, Sean. Anyways, tonight's show, we're gonna be hitting on the NHL, the recipe for expansion. May end up being a successful one. What?
Oh.
What?
Carson Wentz towards ACL.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I have to start Josh McCown next week.
So I've had to start Josh McCown last week. It's not bad, but that sucks, though.
Josh McCown hurt his hand today, too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, thankfully they can still sign people in the playoffs.
Carson Wentz.
I might be starting famous Jameis.
Carson Wentz, though, he's going to be out for the beginning of next season.
He'll probably start the next season on PUP.
Wow, that sucks.
Should I fire up the Nick Foles experience and sign him?
Is he their backup?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Michigan State guy, kind of. Sort of.
Did go there initially, yeah. Lost the job to Kirk Cousins and Keith Nickel and said, see ya!
Which was probably a good move.
Yeah.
Where do you go, Arizona State?
Correct. No, Arizona.
Oh yeah, that's right, Arizona. Anyways.
Free Rich Ride, Arizona.
Tonight, though, also we're going to talk about the fan question, LeVar Ball, is he good or bad for the NBA? Hold it, Dorf. The return of the evil empire, but first let's start off with the big three. Baker Mayfield won the Heisman Trophy last night. I think everybody saw this coming.
It really wasn't great competition. It was
no.
If you looked at the score, it was lopsided.
Baker Mayfield's though ascension to that point last night though is pretty remarkable.
It's insane.
Yeah, I mean he was a walk-on at Texas Tech, became a starter.
Said "fuck you guys,"
yep.
And left.
Fuck you guys. Went to Oklahoma.
Walked on there.
Was a starter
for the last 3 years.
Yep. All of a sudden he's the Heisman Trophy winner now, and
probably a day 1 or day 2 pick.
Yep. And you know what, too?
He wasn't so damn short.
First senior to win this award since Troy Smith, another short guy back in 2006. God, Troy Smith was short, too.
5'10"-ish.
Yeah. On a good day.
Yeah.
Didn't last long.
With platform shoes.
Didn't last long in the league, though, either.
He last was with the Ravens. He actually this is right prior to Joe Flacco.
So wasn't he with the 49ers at one point too?
Yes. He actually had a winning record as a starter, but then the Niners drafted. He was a fill-in for Alex Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Then they drafted Kaepernick, and he was an injury fill-in with Baltimore. This is before 49ers. And then they drafted Flacco. I think I'm remembering that right.
Do you see Mayfield having more longevity in the NFL?
Yeah. Game's a little different.
Yeah. You get it done many ways too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Baker Mayfield's he's not that short, but he's still.
What about off the field stuff? Do you think that's going to play into effect with where he's drafted? Or
Drunken disorder. Isn't his only swipe drunken disorderly?
When he had the food all over his shirt and the police did the takedown on him?
Yeah.
Was that the only thing that happened?
Was it drunk driving or just drunk in
public? I thought there was something else too. Because there's the. Let
me Google this.
He talks a lot of shit too.
You know what? That's fine. I like that.
Yeah.
Public intox, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest.
Okay. Next up, Cubs agree to a deal with Brandon Morrow. What do you think of that, Dorf?
Overspending.
I thought so too.
1 year admiration, man. Just enjoy your 4.5 ERA out of the bullpen.
And then Roger Goodell will be the NFL commissioner for the foreseeable future. Gets a big contract extension.
Worth up to, what? Was it $200 million?
I think he's going to be making like $700,000
a month?
A week, I think.
Yeah. Well, he could because his base salary is only $3.5 million. But everything is tied to incentives, which are incredibly easy to do. They're incredibly easy to reach, which means he's going to make $200 million.
But he's got...
Or is it $400 million? It's not 5 and 400, is it?
I can't remember.
God, why am I forgetting? I'll look it up.
But you know what, though, Dorf? He's got a lot on his plate right now. I mean, the NFL right now is entrusting him to...
It's $200 million.
To do a lot of things right now. I mean, this isn't the same NFL job that... we were looking at 5 years ago when it seemed like, you just put anybody in there and have it make money. Right now, the NFL is at a point right now where they have a few different issues on their hand right now. Obviously, the anthem protest is playing a part into that. He's going to have to, figure out how to
player safety is a big issue.
How to keep his players happy,
navigate
and how
Thursday night football.
Yeah, and how to keep the public happy. He's the injuries. I mean, that Ryan Shazier injury was scary.
He lost Richard Sherman on Thursday night football in a short week too.
Yep. And Tom Savage injury today. You got to figure that something is going to have to come down on some of these teams when it comes to putting these players back out on the field. I was thinking to myself today, Dorf, and this was going to be one of the, potentially a fan question. Maybe it'll be a fan question in a couple of weeks, when we come back, whatever.
No way.
What?
Rams went on a walk-off touchdown pass. Jared Goff to Pharaoh Cooper.
Anyways.
Wait, wait. Hang on.
What happened?
I read that wrong. No, sorry. What? That doesn't make any sense. Why does it say the Eagles scored?
Was it an interception?
No. All right, I'll have to figure this out.
Anyways. But, I mean, what's a bigger problem for the NFL right now? Is it the player protest that's hurting... potential viewership and pissing off, a certain section of the American public, or is it the growing concern surrounding player injuries going forward? And I think that that's something that Roger Goodell can't just say, you know what, I'm not going to worry about one and just worry about this. He's got to take both into account here because...
Sorry, ESPN has put the score in the wrong category. Stanford banned play attempted by the Rams at the end, and it was a defensive score.
Oh,
Brandon Graham picked up a fumble and scored for Philly. So,
okay,
43-35, Eagles.
Okay. Anyways, though, that's and like I said, that's what Roger Goodell is looking at his next contract era here, whatever it is you want to call it, his next contract stint. Is that he's going to have some very real issues that he needs to address. Whether or not Roger Goodell is the guy to take that on,
who knows?
Who knows? I mean, I don't want to say the player protests are his fault. I don't think they are his fault. I think, quite frankly, if you ask me, I think he's handled those as well as anybody can. It's not the rule book for the NFL that says that you have to stand for the national anthem.
I thought it was.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I think you're thinking NBA.
Yeah, because there's something in the NBA.
Yeah, there is something in the NBA, I think, that says that. But that's not, it's not in the NFL rule book that you have to do that. And I don't think that that's something that you necessarily change now just because the president, who is, just playing up to a base, just playing politics with this, all of a sudden says that you have to have them stand for the national anthem.
You bet your ass if that wasn't a big... That didn't focus group well with the Republican base. Donald Trump wouldn't give a flying what about it.
Oh, no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't at all. Just like the whole religious Christianity thing. Does anybody really believe that Donald Trump is a hardline Christian guy?
And here's the thing: I don't think he's acting like he is once he's been in office either. But unnecessary sidebar.
The Merry Christmas thing. I think
the same thing like the NFL. If it didn't move the needle, I don't think he'd care.
Exactly. But I think something else, and I saw this on Deadspin today too, Dorf. You know what? There's an article on there. Writers say he's not going to stop watching football because of player protests or Colin Kaepernick. He's going to stop watching it because these horrific player injuries and these player injuries. Yeah. I mean, I think that may end up being the biggest problem for the NFL going forward.
And here's the other thing. I have a very, very... I know this isn't on the schedule. Very, very simple solution to player injuries. Let them juice.
Does that fix the problem, though?
Helps with healing. Let them juice.
Look at it like this, Dorf. Do you think the NFL has been juicing in some aspect, though?
HG, absolutely. There's no fucking doubt.
Do you think it's calmed down a bit, considering what we've seen in baseball, what we've seen in hockey?
Offenders, cheaters will always be ahead of law enforcement.
Okay.
Or enforcement. That's very true when it comes to drug testing.
Mm-hmm.
Or steroids or whatever. So, I wholeheartedly believe the majority of the NFL is still on something.
What I'm saying, though...
Let them get back to the good shit.
What I'm saying, Dorf, has the NFL pulled back from that because of HGH and of the performance-enhancing drugs being more at the forefront of
the only reason they cared was because it was bad for public relations.
And that's what I'm saying, though.
And know what? You now have a player injury public relations nightmare. One possible avenue to fixing it is let them juice. And if guys don't want to, because you know what? There are long-term side effects of that. Guys don't want to. They don't have to.
What's that shit that we were talking about a few months ago?
You know what? This is not a full-fledged endorsement of that idea. I'm just tossing it out there. I want to be very, very clear about that.
Well, Dorf, what was that one shit that we were talking about a few months ago? You took it that one time for a foot injury.
Oh,
it's the stuff they use on.
It's an injectable and inflammatory.
Yeah.
Torterol.
Is it Torterol?
Yeah.
That's not a performance-enhancing drug, is it?
That's a localized anti-inflammatory.
Okay. That shit seems
very powerful.
Because you had players talking about them having
kidney
syringes
issues
on. Well, first of all,
lined up with guys' numbers on it. Yeah, I don't doubt that.
And I don't want the NFL to go that route. That's not. That's
not a performance-enhancing drug. That's a make it this very specific region so I don't feel anything, so I can go play hurt.
Okay, Dorf, though, if we're talking performance-enhancing drugs, are we talking steroids too?
Yeah.
Would that lead... Could that lead to more domestic issues, though, at home? I mean, the whole roid rage thing?
Yeah. It's very real.
So what the fuck?
It's a no-win situation.
So what the fuck happens here?
It's an absolute no-win situation.
Okay, then you're going to have to make drastic changes to the game, then.
Yeah.
That's what has to happen.
Maybe another thing.
What?
I don't want to get rid of the helmets. Get rid of the pads.
How would that?
Can't hit as hard. You're not protected. Not that guys wear pads anyway. Let's be real. Shoulder pads are just an accessory.
Wait, who's the guy in Seattle?
Michael Bennett.
Michael Bennett. Yeah.
Wears QB pads and he's a defensive end. Only wearing these things because they make me. I'm fully convinced Michael Bennett would...
I think his shoulders are sticking out from the sides.
Oh, yeah. I'm fully convinced he wouldn't wear a helmet if he didn't have to.
Anyways.
He's a little weird.
That Shazier injury, though, that was...
It's just scary.
Yeah. I mean, because you could have seen him die on the field that day.
Absolutely. It's not the first time you've had something scary like that. I mean, shit, Tom Savage today.
Yeah.
And the worst part is Tom Savage went back in.
Yeah, he went back into play. Which Bill O'Brien, I think his quote today was, "All I do is coach."
It's probably, you know what, it's so much of those decisions have been taken out of coach's hands. If my team doctor and the independent evaluator or whoever that is that's on my sideline says he can go, he's going to go. I don't get to influence or make the decision whether or not he gets that thumbs up, but if I get it, he's going. They gave it to him. And the other thing is, like, when Russell Wilson was evaluated for a concussion, 3 or 4 weeks ago, where he got right back up after he got hit hard in the head, and the head ref made the decision to pull him out and go get him evaluated. He went over there for one fucking play, or 2 plays, went into the tent and walked right back out before being cleared.
We know what the problem with this too is the NFL still not taking it seriously. That's one of the biggest problems with this right now. Is the NFL still right now is not taking it seriously, because if they were, Tom Savage wouldn't be back in playing today. Tom Savage would be, on
his way to the hospital.
Exactly. And they're still not. It's still not a serious issue right now for the NFL when it should be. It should absolutely be a serious issue for the NFL right now, but they're not taking it like that. What about independent doctors? They already have them?
Yeah, they already have them.
But they have no bearing
on game day. They have independent evaluators on the side for head issues.
So
they have an independent neurologist on both sidelines.
So do they have the final say on whether this guy goes in?
If the guy is placed in concussion protocol, that guy's fate belongs to the independent neurologist.
So Tom Savage then was probably never placed in concussion protocol.
Yeah. Or the whole concussion protocol is a joke and everybody knows it.
Okay, so then let's say this. Is one of the first steps then having an independent doctor say, "Hey, that guy's on concussion protocol"?
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
But it doesn't happen like that.
Correct.
Okay. We can go on about this all night.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the Evil Empire.
Yeah.
And not just the one that's coming back to theaters next week.
You excited about that?
I am.
Me too. I'm not going to see it, but I'm excited to have the new Star Wars movie.
I know you're jaded because you worked in that industry and
you'll never
go back.
You know what's on Netflix, though?
What's that?
Rogue One.
I own it, too, so
I'm going to watch it. I got to watch it.
It's good. For an independent story that, they did a very nice job of telling a complete tale and none of this cliffhanger bullshit, so you'll watch the next one 2 years later.
Yeah. I need to watch it. I'm not going to watch it tonight, but I'll watch it this week sometime. Anyways.
It's been on for a couple months.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Giancarlo Stanton, though, gets traded to the New York Yankees for Starlin Castro and 2 lower-level minor league prospects. To me, that's something that seems reminiscent of the Jeffrey Loria package that he would demand in return for whoever's going out that month for the Florida Marlins, or the Miami Marlins, excuse me. This was an incredible deal for the NL MVP, who all of a sudden now, Dorf, is going to go to Yankee Stadium and, quite frankly, the AL East, and just hit bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. He also could dictate
all the leverage
where he could go.
Yeah, the Marlins had 2 trades and agreed in principle on their end
with the Cardinals and the Giants. Yep, and
he said, "Nah, I don't want either."
Now, Dorf, I'm looking at this. Was this the best spot for Giancarlo Stanton? And I think it was, based on what his contract says, based on what he's getting based on what he can do after 2020, based on where he's going to be playing a whole shit ton of games he's going to be playing a whole shit ton of games at Fenway Park and the new Yankee Stadium.
Oh, don't forget about Camden Yards.
And Camden Yards. Yep. He's been playing a shit ton of games there. And what does Giancarlo Stanton do?
100 games a year in a bandbox. Oh, and by the way, the ball flies out of Toronto too.
Yep. And what does Giancarlo Stanton do very, very well?
Hit dingers.
Yep. So, what does this say for him going into 2020?
His Hall of Fame aspirations.
And what does that mean for his next contract?
Dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills.
So, in essence, were the Yankees the best place for him to go? Yes, Dorf. Hold on. I know what Dorf is going to do. Dorf is going to bring up the taxes, which he's absolutely right about, those New York taxes.
I was going to bring up the New York taxes.
So, yes, maybe this isn't the best place for him to go monetarily right now, but he's banking,
got fuck you money. Taxes don't matter to him.
But he's banking right now on
Hall of Fame aspirations
and that next contract, which could come in 2020 or after the 2020 season.
Correct.
So, was this the best spot for him, Dorf?
For his career, absolutely. Off the field stuff, there's no better place to be in many people's minds than New York City.
He's going to get a ton of coverage. Ton of coverage.
I mean, you could also argue that there's no better place to be than Miami, culturally, off the field stuff.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
But if you believe the reports about it, it's be the only guy here that's worth a damn or accept a trade. I could believe that he'd want out, and if he has all the leverage. Where did he say? Houston, Boston.
I think you want to go to the Dodgers.
Dodgers or New York.
No, he denied a trade to Boston. He didn't want to go to Boston.
Oh.
I think he wanted to go to the Dodgers because I think he's from Southern California.
Yeah.
I think that was his first choice, but the Dodgers
You could have had San Francisco, which is so close enough. You said no to the Giants.
But think about it, though, Dorf. Imagine, look what he's going to be surrounded by. He's gonna be surrounded
by.
Who
are you gonna pitch to?
He's gonna be surrounded by.
Crap.
He's gonna be surrounded by Gary Sanchez and Aaron Judge.
And don't sleep on Greg Bird either.
Yeah.
And Didi Gregorius is, what? I still don't think he's as good as he's played the last year and a half. But damn.
Yeah.
And by the way, the top position prospect in all of baseball, Gleyber Torres, is probably gonna make his debut this year.
You have to pitch to him. You have to. This is gonna be like in Miami either. Well, yeah, Miami they had a couple of nice pieces, but
gotta throw to him.
You have to throw to him. And what that means is he's going to see plenty of stuff to hit, and he's going to be hitting a shit ton of home runs. And
if you're... Now you can start picking the rest of the bones off the Marlins, too. T-minus 2 weeks till Christian Yelich gets dealt. Marcelo Ozuna gets dealt.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Realmuto will get dealt. No one needs a catcher. Angels.
Yeah.
Muno to the Angels. I bet you that. Yeah. Damn.
What is this? Okay. Right now, then you have the Yankees' best team in the American League. Once again.
Yeah.
I think so too. They need.
I think the Astros could hang with them.
I think
the
Astros
can hang.
Astros can hang with them. I think the Astros might be a better all-around team. But in terms,
they're not as good of all or nothing team. If that makes sense.
Yes. Yankees still have some work to do with their pitching staff.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, at the same time, if you think about it, the Yankees need 2 new starters.
Yes.
Really one. Because they've got Gray, Tanaka.
I'm not big on Gray. You're not big on Gray either, are you?
I acknowledge what he is.
Okay.
They're going to use him as a 4. I think he's more than adequate as a 4. Or 3 or 4.
Tanaka, I'm not...
He had a really nice second half.
He did.
Really nice second half.
There's just
good playoffs, too.
Yeah, there's just something about Tanaka.
Saravino. I mean, they got to replace the Sabathia.
Do they still have Pineda?
No, he's a free agent.
Is he free agent?
I think he could stop helping, starts being healthy. Or stop using pine tar on the ball.
Oh, yeah, that was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Had it on his neck.
And then his hat. Yeah.
Did he have it on his hat, too?
It's like, dude, at least put it on, the inside of your glove.
But, yeah, one thing, though, what does this mean for Bryce Harper? Bryce Harper's going to be a free agent.
Bryce Harper will be a Chicago Cub.
You think Chicago Cubs, that's where he's going to go?
Assuming the Nationals don't do something irresponsibly like, oh, agrees to $400 million deal with the Cubbies. Hey, Bryce, how about $500? $500 million for a baseball player who can't stay healthy.
And then all that money wrapped up too in Bryce Harper and Max Scherzer.
Jason Hayward and Cubs with the Cubs. Oh, by the way, Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo haven't gotten paid yet either.
Yeah. Chicago, they're going to find a lot of money for these guys.
Cubs have it.
They do, and there's no salary cap in
the
in Major League Baseball, so they could certainly make it happen.
Have it.
You know, it's amazing though too with this Yankee thing too, Dorf. It's the way that Brian Cashman has done business in the past. You know, just sitting here throwing prospects at anybody, then throwing money. They did, but out of all the teams that you would figure to still be ahead of the Yankees when it comes to making a deal for a guy like Giancarlo Stanton, you would have figured it would have taken a lot more to get him away from the Marlins than what
they gave up.
It's
because the Marlins' primary goal wasn't talent acquisition; it was debt relief.
They want to get down to $90 million.
Financial obligation relief. They got the biggest, organizational line item liability off the books, and got a couple things for it.
Man, they didn't get much. They didn't get
Starlin Castro and two guys that finished last year in A-ball.
Yep. So they're going to be getting guys who are nowhere close to making the big leagues.
Starlin Castro, who's Starlin Castro?
Yeah. Who will hit in the high 200s
or low 200s, depending on if his give a fuck is high enough.
So I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't flip him before the season starts.
Good. I don't know. It must be tough being a Miami Marlins fan. And that's the thing too, is you get rid of Jeffrey Loria, you bring in Derek Jeter. All people have to be thinking is like,
we finally have a baseball guy.
Is he still?
Derek, what are you doing?
Is he still working for the Yankees?
I guess he you know what? Stanton gift wrapped himself for the Yankees. Jeter just happened to be the guy probably pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
Jeez,
it's tough. It's tough. I feel bad for him.
Watch, A-Rod's going to buy into the Yankees with him. Dude, A-Rod wants to own the team too.
He has the money to do it too.
Yeah.
He definitely has. He has more money than Jeter does.
He does.
A-Rod
wants a team too.
That's interesting.
Who's the next team up for sale? Here, let's put a local spin on this. The Ilitch family no longer wants to own the Tigers, but just wants the Red Wings.
Does A-Rod make a play?
A-Rod make a play for the Tigers? And how would you like that as a fan?
If he's willing to spend money, I don't care.
Okay.
If he's willing to spend money...
A-Rod is not independently wealthy. He does not have other businesses that are making him money. He's going to have to operate this as a for-profit enterprise.
Yeah. I still want Mark Cuban over anybody else.
Cubes.
God, I love Mark
What about
Cuban.
Dan Gilbert?
No.
He's buying everything else in this city.
No.
The way he handled the LeBron decision?
The way that he handled the GM situation there. I did not like that with the Cavs. I think Dan Gilbert...
And you know what? I'm willing to give basketball's a whole different animal. Players League.
It is, but I think Dan Gilbert inserts himself too much into the day-to-day operations. Yeah, that's one of the biggest problems I have. See, Mark Cuban, I don't think does that.
He's very much on the record of letting his basketball people do basketball.
Yes,
and out of the way.
He's very vocal. He's a very vocal owner, but it doesn't seem like he's a guy that dictates what his general manager can and cannot do. So,
is this GM Don Nelson?
Mark Cuban?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, though, do you have anything else?
It's Don Nelson.
Do you have anything else with Giancarlo other than he's going to
hit all the dingers?
I think combined, Gary Sanchez, Aaron Judge, and
we're going to hit 200 home runs.
No, I think I saw the stat the other day.
It's going to be like a legit 150.
Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, and Gary Sanchez both had more homers combined last year than the Boston Red Sox did as a collective team.
Believe it.
That's bad news.
No, honestly, those three are going to hit 150. total.
So what kind of desperation panic move does Dave Dombrowski do?
Who's the first baseman that hits dingers?
JD Martinez.
Not currently a first baseman, but that
will
is not
be
a logical destination.
Yeah, and I said first baseman because he will be a first baseman at some point,
Or I think he might skip that and go straight to DH.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I think I think this might cement JD Martinez being a
Boston Red Sox by the end of the month.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice. Dave Dombrowski has to match home runs right now with the New York Yankees. He has to. You don't have a choice.
I know you don't.
You have to go out and you have to get the best home run hitter right now in the free agent market, and that's JD Martinez. JD Martinez.
Is there any other extreme home run hitter available? Or here's the other crazy thing: you call the Angels and say, "I'll take Albert Pujols off your hands,"
and then sign JD Martinez also.
No, you don't have room for both of them. Albert's going to DH, but Albert Pujols will be lucky to wear a glove more than 5 times a year for the rest of his life.
You'd rather have Albert Pujols or JD Martinez?
I'd have to look at Albert's contract still. I don't know what he's got left. Because I know it runs to like 2024, doesn't it?
I think I'd rather have JD.
Yeah. Because I could have less of a long-term obligation to him.
Yeah. Anyways. Dorf.
Yes, sir.
Bitches and badasses this week.
Sure.
Are you ready to go?
I am.
Let's see here. Ooh.
That's fancy.
Why not?
Should come into that.
Badass this week. Go ahead, Dorf.
My badass this week is going to be Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
Walk on to Heisman and the first senior to win it since 06.
There's like a whole bunch of other stuff that goes along with that too. Like he's the first guy to win it in a transfer year
that's transferred.
Yeah, that's transferred since I think like 1945.
Which was the guy who was at transferred from Army to Navy, wasn't it? Or Navy to Army.
It might have been.
Because he was like, I watched the Army Navy game and they were highlighting a guy that did that.
Yeah, that's another stat that I saw.
I think it might be that guy.
Yeah, and it was.
I forget his name.
Yeah, I forgot it too. I think it was like Doc something. I think everybody's name was Doc in the 1940s.
Yeah, Doc, Bob, or Dick.
Definitely a good one. My badass this week are the New York Yankees for everything we just talked about. Going out, getting one
making
of the best,
it happen.
Yep, going out, getting one of the best home run hitters to add to a team that already led the major leagues in home runs last year. So
it's gonna be Dinger Central, man.
Yeah, especially my God, what a perfect.
Here's the thing.
What?
They're not extremely right-handed either. They don't have a potential for bad left-right splits.
What you talking about the AL East?
No, I'm talking like they have a very good balance of right-handed and left-handed hitters. Gregorius bats left-handed.
Oh, yeah.
Gardner bats left-handed. Greg Bird bats left-handed.
So you're fucked either way.
Yeah. There's no easy trip through that order.
Okay, well you're gonna have to take the lesser of two evils then. You're gonna have to try to skip your lefties against these guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can't pitch a lefty to Sanchez, Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. This has pretty much rendered David Price useless against the Yankees.
Yeah. Especially as a fly ball pitcher. Yeah. They have great left-right balance.
Yep.
Oh, and by the way, if they keep Chase Headley as their third baseman, there's a switch hitter batting ninth.
Oh, God. Bravo, Brian Cashman.
Bravo.
Yeah, that's a good move.
And guess what? Outside of Stanton, they're all young, cheap, and controllable.
Man. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
And by the way, your fourth outfielder is going to be Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah, who would have thought? Good for you, Yankees. That's
excellent.
Yeah, excellent work there. On the flip side here. Whoops. Get that off.
Got run like 6 times.
There we go. There we go.
There you go.
All right, Dorf.
My bitch this week is Seattle Seahawks defensive lineman Quentin Jefferson. This is actually fresh. Got ejected at the end of their game earlier this afternoon for getting in a scuffle on the field, and then had some shit thrown at him in Jacksonville and climbed into the stands.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
What the hell was he doing?
Not thinking, obviously.
Did he learn anything from run out of tests or anything like that?
Apparently not.
I wonder how big the suspension's going to be. That's something else.
No, he didn't go our testing and start punching random fans.
Where'd he do this at?
Jacksonville.
Remember we were talking about all the different things that the NFL has
Add
to
that
deal
to the
with?
problem list.
Yeah, add this to the oh my
Players
God.
charging into the stands.
Jesus Christ. My bitch this week are the LA Rams. And you know what? This may be more of an NFL thing, but they had to go try to hire fans.
Please show up
for their game today.
Just as pathetic as Jeb Bush's "Please clap."
Yeah, and Dorf.
Please clap.
Dorf. This is a market that has
second
two
biggest media
NFL
market
teams.
on the planet.
Two NFL teams in this media
I'm not
market.
convinced the Chargers don't bail back to San Diego at the end of the year.
They could. They could. They should. Or they go someplace else.
St. Louis would like a team again.
They would. They need a new stadium, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing now. That's the thing now with anything.
Is the dome, the Edward Jones Dome, there still up?
I think so.
Could they limp along in it for 2 years while a new one's built?
I think they're not. Teams aren't going anywhere unless they have a signed, sealed
new stadium delivery.
New stadium delivery. That's the thing is with sports now. If you have a new stadium for me, we'll probably play almost anywhere.
Move, yeah. What about Portland? That state's too progressive for them to pay for a new stadium, though.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, if anybody... The thing is, if anybody could support a small market, it's the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, they were already seeing it in Jacksonville.
Green
We're
Bay.
seeing Green Bay. Two very, very small markets that are still...
No problem supporting teams. And Charlotte, North Carolina, to a certain extent, too.
Mm-hmm. We could talk this up all night, too. I mean, I don't think the LA cannot carry two teams there.
Nope. Business community can, the fan community can.
Las Vegas is already getting a team.
What, are they?
Yeah, they're getting Raiders.
Oh, that's right. Well, I know. I should have known that. Yeah, that's my bad.
Does Oakland fork over finally the money to?
No, because they won't do it for the A's either. Did you see the A's were trying to buy up a community college to drop a new stadium there, and the community college backed out at the last minute.
That's sad. That is sad that some of these cities just won't. I know we're talking stadiums
the
here,
ethics
though, but
of stadiums and public funding for billionaires
I know.
play toys, but
we're not talking about. I mean, the Rams have a very, or not the Rams, but the Raiders have a very, very
loyal to death fan base.
Yes, I think if anybody deserves a new stadium, it's them. It's them and the Raiders. And I don't know why they didn't make it happen.
Because it's politically untenable.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. There's not a lot of different... When I'm thinking about it now, I'm not seeing a market really jump out at me as far as going and getting one of these teams.
What about Fargo?
No. Oklahoma City? San Antonio?
What about Mobile?
No. I don't want to see any team in...
The Deep South?
Well, they've got the Crimson Tide. You've got Crimson Tide, you've got Auburn.
Yeah. Arkansas?
No.
OKC would probably...
I think San Antonio might be the next up.
That's, what, a third NFL team in Texas?
You know what, though? This is a good transition here. And I'm thinking maybe the NFL may have to go to Canada.
Toronto?
Yes.
Yeah, move the Bills there.
No, keep the Bills in Buffalo.
No. Put them in Toronto. Put them in the Rogers Center.
Okay, you know what? You know what this does? You know what the NHL has done very well for themselves? I could kind of see
what's that professional transition maker.
I could kind of see it working out for them, Dorf. What they're doing here. Look, there may be a method to Gary Bettman's madness here when it comes to putting teams in perhaps
non-traditional markets.
Keep in mind, Seattle already had a team. Seattle already had a NHL team. The Seattle, I think, were they the Pilots? Or was that baseball? I believe Seattle had a team before. I'm pretty sure. I want to say they're the... Yeah, look that up, Dorf. Did Seattle have a team? I want to say that they were... Because there was an expansion period in the 60s.
Seattle Metropolitans, but they played in the Pacific Coast Hockey Association from 1915 to 1924.
Okay, so they never had an NHL
Correct.
team then. Okay. All right. But what I'm seeing happen here is they're putting teams with established rivalries already. And what I mean by that is you put a team in Las Vegas, you have a rivalry with Southern California now. You have a rivalry with the LA Kings.
Hell, you've made a team stick in Phoenix for 2 decades.
Yes. Right now, Phoenix, Arizona, they need a new stadium. I don't know where they're going to get that. They may end up having to relocate. But when it comes to relocation in hockey, I think it's much more attainable than it would be in another sport. Considering, I think the funds to build a new hockey arena
are so much cheaper than a football stadium.
It's cheaper than a football stadium.
Like half the price of a football stadium.
Seattle is going to get a team. They already gave them the expansion fees. It's going to happen.
I think it's a mistake, but yes.
They're getting a new stadium. It works because now you have the conferences balance out now.
And a natural rivalry with Vancouver.
Bingo. That's what we have here. They're putting these teams in strategic locations so they have built-in rivalries already. You're not putting a team out in the middle of nowhere where nobody's going to care about. Florida Panthers.
Nobody cares. Sunrise, Florida.
Was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Continues to be a mistake.
And they're still paying for it now. Arizona is probably a mistake. And they're still paying for it now.
Hell, I mean, you had a team come and go in Atlanta.
Yes.
Thrashers. And
that was already a mistake to begin with. They didn't learn from it. But you know what? You know who's doing very well right now? Winnipeg.
Yep.
Winnipeg is doing very, very well right now. You put a team in Seattle.
You gotta put a team back in Quebec City.
You put a team in Seattle, you have that natural rivalry with Vancouver. Could it work? Absolutely.
Gotta put a team back in Quebec City.
Right now, the Canadian dollar is down.
Yeah.
Yes, I think eventually Quebec will get a team because right now there was a USA Today article that went out that said if anybody's going to make a 34-team league,
it's got to include Quebec City.
It's going to be the NHL. And right now,
because they have 2 countries to do it in.
Yes. Right now, Seattle's going to get a team. Like I said, that's already established. They will get a team. That will be the next expansion team. And you know what, Dorf? We called this last week on Motor City Uncut. We came out and we said that there was going to be expansion within the next 2 years in the NHL.
I think you called that. I don't think I did, but okay.
And there is going to be expansion in the next 2 years in the NHL. Now, you would need 2 teams again in both conferences in order for it to balance out. You know, or you put your
3 more.
No, you need 2 more.
Seattle's a done deal.
I'm saying it right now. Seattle's a done deal.
Okay.
You know what those next 2 teams are going to be?
Quebec City and
that's one, because now you have a natural rivalry with the Canadians
and the Maple Leafs.
More so the Canadians, but you also get the Maple Leafs. This is a given here because it is one of the biggest media markets in the United States that doesn't have an NHL team. And you will have a natural rivalry already built in.
I'm totally blanking.
Houston.
Okay. I forgot about them.
They are 3rd, I believe. Or are they 3rd or 4th?
Biggest media market without one? Or period?
Period.
No, Dallas is bigger.
Dallas is bigger?
Dallas-Fort Worth, yeah.
Hold on,
I got it.
I don't trust you. I think you're fake news. Is Dallas bigger?
Yeah, Dallas-Fort Worth is number 5. Houston's number 8. New York's number 1. LA's 2. Chicago 3. Philly 4. Dallas-Fort Worth 5.
And in that sense right there, Houston's the only one they don't have.
Yep.
They already have New York. They already have Los Angeles, Chicago, Philadelphia, Dallas-Fort Worth. They already have San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose. Washington, D.C., and Houston.
Boston, Atlanta, Tampa, St. Pete, Phoenix, Prescott.
I think that's where the next two teams come after Seattle. And there you go. You have the NHL.
I mean, continuing to go down the list, the next place that doesn't have one is Cleveland. Depending on what you consider Columbus.
Cleveland used to have an NHL team.
Did they?
Yeah, the Cleveland Barons.
Okay.
They used to have an NHL team.
What about Indianapolis?
I've always liked the thought of having one in Indianapolis. It's a northern city. They
do play hockey down there.
They do play hockey.
Baltimore.
Too saturated. That whole
too many teams. There's a lot of people, but yes, too many teams.
That whole corridor over there is too saturated.
Okay. What about back in Hartford?
I'd love to see the Hartford Whalers return. I really, really would. But again,
Salt Lake City.
If I'm saying that Baltimore is too saturated, that area is too saturated as well.
What about Salt Lake City?
No.
Okay.
No. Again, because you already have Las Vegas. I think that's...
they're not that far away.
I think, again, you make that...
I mean, after that, you just keep going down this list. You're getting into, like, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
No.
Grand Rapids. Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Just for shits and giggles. I mean, I think it would be fun to have a team in Grand Rapids. I don't think they wouldn't get the support, obviously, because...
I mean, you're already splitting them between Detroit and Chicago.
Yes.
Before you see a team in Grand Rapids, you're going to get like a second Chicago or a second Toronto.
Well, that's a tough sell, too, considering those are two.
New Orleans.
No.
Well, New Orleans is the 50th biggest media market. I mean, that's how far we're down this list.
Yeah. But I don't know. Do you think... I mean... This is the thing too, Dorf, is a lot of people think that the NHL expansion is crazy.
What about Juneau, Alaska?
No. A lot of people think
Fairbanks?
A lot of people think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy. I think if they expand the
Jonesboro, Arkansas.
No. Montgomery.
Terre Haute, Indiana.
Call them the Executioners.
Place does smell like a butthole.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't you go to school around Terre Haute?
Yes.
And it smelled like a butthole?
Yep.
Why did it smell like a butthole?
There's a paper factory and it stinks.
Oh. I didn't think that smelled like
stinks up the whole city. It smells like butthole.
I think burning paper would make things smell like buttholes, though.
Not burning, though. It's just the chemicals required to make paper. It's
Anyways.
It smells like butthole. What about Lincoln, Nebraska?
No. No.
I'm just going to keep naming cities until
Go ahead.
you tell me to shut up.
And I'll tell you no.
Baton Rouge?
No.
Waco?
No. Calm the Branch Davidians? I'll put one in Waco if they're called the David Koreshes.
Des Moines?
No. You keep going.
Tulsa?
No. Honolulu? No.
Birmingham?
No. Well, these places already have minor league teams too. But anyways.
Memphis?
No. But I mean, it's I don't know.
Champaign, Decatur?
No. Moving along.
El Paso?
No.
Boise?
Idaho? No.
Lansing?
No.
Youngstown, Ohio?
Lansing's too big city. Sorry.
They're 111th on this. No, they're 100 and... Where's Lansing?
Are they?
Yeah, they're in the hundreds. 113th.
But I don't know. Like I said, I like expansion. I think it's exciting. I like seeing new teams come to the fold. I like seeing new markets come into the fold. And I think the NHL is doing it the right way. I really, really do. I don't think I've never been a fan of taking teams away.
Yeah.
I don't think that I don't see I don't.
I mean, you have to if it's not working, but
well, I think you move them. Like I said, I think.
Oh yeah, I was considering taking him away as moving him. Sorry, not just retraction.
Well, right now there's 3 teams up in the air right now in the NHL. There's the Hurricanes.
They're for sale.
They were sold.
Oh, they were sold. That's right.
They did. They
not completely, but majority share.
Yeah, they do have a buyer on the line for it. But I mean, you look at some of these other places. I think Kansas City might end up getting another team, perhaps at some point. And once again, another place that used to have a team, don't now.
When did they have a team?
back in the
40s.
No,
60s. Okay, I
60s,
honestly don't know.
60s, 70s. Kansas City Scouts. I forgot who they became, but
I'm glad you know all this stuff.
But the Colorado used to have a team also.
76, they relocated to Denver.
Okay, so they became Denver, and you know where Denver relocated to?
Quebec.
New Jersey.
Oh, that's right, New Jersey.
No.
As I'm reading that here.
I think Quebec was an old WHA team. I think
you're right.
I think. It's like the...
Yeah, they were the Kansas City Scouts from 74 to 76, and then they relocated to Denver and became the Colorado Rockies. And then in 82, they moved to New Jersey and became the Devils.
Yep. There we go. Anyways, stupid shit of the week this week, Dorf.
California Golden Seals.
Yep. They're the Oakland Golden Seals and then the California, I think, Golden Seals.
Yep. Last time they played was 1970.
How about this one, Dorf? I know Roger Goodell's NFL contract is a slap in the face to all patriotic Americans because you are a patriotic American.
I'm a red-blooded American man.
This was an article by Eric Schiffer on Fox News.
Never heard of him. But if you look at his byline, apparently he's some sort of best-selling author type.
Yeah, and here he says, Goodell was in charge while the NFL burned in flames as American patriots refused to watch games where players protested.
I hardly call billions of dollars in profit burning in flames. Supposedly the pro-business network. Hardly call billions of dollars in profit. In flames.
You know what? And again,
embroiled in scandal, sure, but burning to the ground, not so much.
If people want to wave the the patriotic whatever at something like this, if they want to be selectively enraged about something like this, why not be selectively enraged about the way that the NFL was ripping off the veterans with their merchandise,
making the DOD pay for the pub?
Yeah. How about you get yourself
get your shit straight?
Yeah, get your shit straight on something like that. Because that's a real issue that the NFL had in terms of disrespecting veterans.
Yep. And I'll maintain this. From the beginning, I thought Colin Kaepernick was kneeling for the wrong reasons. But as soon as he became a target, to back down and stop doing it would have been the absolute worst thing he could have done. You know what? I think his math is wrong. Let's call it that. He's willfully being misled. His primary issue at the beginning was police violence, if that's what it was.
One of them.
It's been so bastardized from now that who knows. I feels don't match data. So I feel like he was wrong, but at the same time, he can be wrong, and that's okay. But at the same time, to cower down and back out of, the situation and the leverage he created would have ruined everything for a lot of people that attach their cause to him.
Mm-hmm. And he hasn't done that.
No, he hasn't.
I mean,
now that the cameras are off, he continues to keep on keeping on.
It seems like he was going to do that, but
you got talked out of it.
He's never said that. I mean, I think it was Jason Lunkin 4 that came out and said that. Oh yeah, he's going to change.
He would stand for the anthem again if signed. Yeah.
And then his girlfriend or his fiance came out and said, "No, that's not what he said."
Yeah.
But I don't know. We were talking selective outrage earlier on Motor City Uncut, Dorf, when it came to the Tigers signing Derek Norris, who had the
alleged domestic violence situation. Yeah.
Yes. This right here, I think that again.
This is nothing.
I think it's selective outrage in a media outlet like Fox News latching onto their audience.
It's an easy click article, man.
Yeah, and finding a way for to keep on getting their readers all
riled up.
Not to mention, look at it like this, Dorf.
He insults your American patriotism.
Fox has a big contract with the NFL.
Yeah. Here's even the more interesting wrinkle. 21st Century Fox is trying to jettison everything but like the Fox News family and Fox TV. They're trying to dump all everything else, the digital media, the movie studio, everything. They're trying to dump all of it.
Really?
Yeah. Disney's about to buy it.
Disney's about to buy all of that?
Yes, everything but TV. Yeah.
How is the Justice Department going to allow this?
Oh, it hasn't gotten that far.
Oh my God! I just see this.
They're not buying TV. They're buying entertainment. They're buying the entertainment arm. They're not buying the news arm.
Well, yeah, they already have ABC.
Yeah,
they already have their news arm.
But no, the news arm isn't for sale.
I don't know. Well, obviously, yeah, like you said, that's down the road. I just don't see how an article like this is productive.
It's not supposed to be.
No, it's
clickbait.
But you know what though? This doesn't. This well,
because
no,
if you read the whole article, I did. I usually don't read your stupid shit. I just react to the headline because it's stupid and I don't want to waste my time with it, and that's the point. But I actually did read this one. It's only like yay long, probably 400 words. It doesn't say anything. It's just, you're a red-blooded American. You should feel bad, or you should envy Roger Goodell and his giant payday because America. And you know what the best headline for the whole Roger Goodell contract situation was? It was actually Deadspin.
What did they say?
Roger Goodell continues to be incredibly well paid. Ta-da!
But what I'm trying to say though, Dorf, is it's
dumb.
Isn't it counterproductive though? I
don't think his goal was to be productive, but yeah, it's not helping.
Yeah, like if you're a Fox executive,
yeah,
why are you still trying to trash on the NFL when we have a huge television contract with them?
Because controversy draws eyeballs.
But not in the sense when it comes to the NFL and you're trying to get viewership back up with that. I mean, the people that you're trying to get...
Don't they have the Super Bowl this year?
I don't know. Do they?
I don't know. Let me look.
And I enjoy watching games on Fox, too. I do. I think that it's... That Disney thing is intriguing, though. God damn.
No, NBC has it. They've got both the Winter Olympics and the Super Bowl.
Big year for NBC. The Peacock. Damn, though. Disney.
Jeez. Matt Lauer, too. He's NBC, right? Or was?
Yeah.
Ooh, big year. Big year.
Well, that's when all of it started, was the Rio, it sounds like. Oh, no, the Sochi. Some things really started
being a creep ball in Sochi?
Yeah. Anyways.
It's that extra strength Russian vodka.
Yeah. Dorf, fan question this week. LeVar Ball, is he ultimately good for the NBA? Good or bad for the NBA?
He's the perfect villain. And you know what? It's not even like he's intentionally trying. He's just trolling all the way to the bank, man. You honestly think anybody would have paid attention to Big Baller Brand without this giant troll job?
No.
No. Now, Big Baller Brand is probably a multi-million-dollar company producing shit shoes, apparently. But you know what? There's plenty. Don't be surprised if Big Baller Brand doesn't start signing like guys to endorsement deals. Like Joel Embiid was wearing the shit around the other day, shot in public wearing a Big Baller Brand shirt. Don't be surprised Joel Embiid doesn't start.
Joel Embiid was?
Yeah.
I thought he was like in a feud with him.
No. Apparently they're cool now.
Oh really?
Yeah, because they like met outside the locker room in the post game and were like hugging and shit.
Well, he's hugging with Andre Drummond after that game too.
Yeah.
You know what?
Joel Embiid is hella entertaining, man. You
know what though? I'm right there with you, Dorf. I love what
he's the perfect villain.
I love what LeVar Ball has done. I love his.
He's like Charles Barkley, but semi-literate, business literate.
Yeah, I love his antics. I love the theater that he provides.
And you know, every time he's on CNN, it's great too.
Oh, absolutely.
Him sitting there trolling the Cuomo kid,
Chris Cuomo.
Chris Cuomo. for 40 minutes. That was hilarious.
Yeah, them going,
sitting there laughing,
them going back
calling
and forth.
it by the wrong name,
yeah,
like 6 different times, 6 different ways.
But you know what though? I mean, this is something out of in this world today, Dorf, with what we have going in politics and everything like that.
It's great to find someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously.
This is a point where we can have fun with the bad guy. We can have fun and we can appreciate,
and it doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Except maybe Lonzo Ball's career.
All 3 kids' career.
Yeah. But this is something that we can have fun with. It. We can have fun with the dysfunction. We can have fun with the heel aspect that LeVar Ball gives the sports world, because sports isn't real life anyway.
Funny.
It's not real life anyway. It is pure entertainment, and that's what sports is ultimately supposed to be for us, the fan.
Yeah.
And it's great. I love it. I think he's great. I don't want him to go anywhere. I don't want him to have anything to do with my team, but I don't want him going anywhere.
Yeah.
I think he's great for the game of basketball.
And here's the other thing. They got a really nice young core there in LA.
They do.
Yeah, Lonzo's a rookie. He's playing like a rookie, and that's okay.
Yeah.
The rest of the team, they got a really good thing going on there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Really good thing. Now I hope they don't get stupid and go like back up the Brinks chalk for Paul George or something. But do it right. You can have something really good there.
Got to be patient.
And Brandon Ingram's really good. I mean, Lonzo's Lonzo.
Lonzo's gonna be good.
Lonzo's gonna be.
He's gonna be good.
Yeah. And I'm forgetting who else is.
If he can overcome his dad, he's gonna be good.
Yeah. And who else? God, who am I forgetting? Who else is there in the starting lineup? Shit. There's Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench. Why am I forgetting this? God, I had a good point here. I'm blowing it.
Oh, your point's good.
I got a really good thing going there, and a very bright young coach to grow with him.
Luke Walton?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, news time. Josh Gordon scored his first TD since 2013. Dorf, we're going to go a little fantasy football right now. Is Josh
Gordon, how my season's ruined.
Is Josh Gordon a guy that you want to take a chance on in fantasy? Or
right now?
In the NFL. In the NFL too. We'll say the NFL. Are NFL teams willing to take a chance on Josh Gordon?
Absolutely.
Considering his history.
Mega talented. And he's paid for his sins. And he's still only like 26.
We're not worried about relapsing or anything like that.
Yeah. Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay. But it's good to see him back. Good to see him be productive.
Yeah, man. And the Browns fucking blew it, man. They had him. They had Green Bay. They had him.
I love that, though, because Devontae Adams, I started him today, so.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. He had like all the yards on that final drive.
Red Sox, they're interested in Kyle Schwarber. You've been a guy always in the past who's always been...
Kyle Schwarber needs to be playing first base every day, and that's that.
Yeah, you've always been somebody, it seems like, that has had Kyle Schwarber off the Cubs.
Yeah.
Playing somewhere else.
That or Anthony Rizzo, one's got to go, and Schwarber is the lesser player.
Is this something that the Red Sox do? Because right now they're saying...
Here's the thing. You know what the Cubs' response is going to be?
What?
Get fucked. We're not trading him to you.
You're not trading him into a different league?
Nope.
No? Why not? Just because it's the Red Sox? Okay.
He doesn't cost anything. He's cheap, and we could still use him in left field for another year.
Okay.
And you know what? You're gonna mix and match so much in the outfield with the amount of talent they have anyway. He's not gonna play every day, and he's gonna be put in very advantageous situations. He's gonna mash, and he's not gonna hurt you late in games on defense because he's not gonna be playing.
Yep.
You'd have to get a King's ransom. I'd have to get Mookie Betts back.
Ooh, and that's not happening.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you'd have to give me. Well, you know what? I would say Xander Bogaerts would work too, but if I'm the Cubs, I have nowhere to put him.
Yeah. Nikki Haley came out and said, Ambassador of the UN, the United States isn't sure if they'll send athletes to the Winter Olympics. They will.
They'll just go under no flag if they'll end up there.
This
is just saber rattling.
Yeah, something like that won't happen. But North Korea does have a history of doing shit
surrounding the Olympics.
During the Olympics. I mean, there was incidents in the 88 Olympics in Seoul during the Summer Olympics that year. I think they blew up a plane a passenger plane at that point in time.
As long as All Out War doesn't start before then, I think they'll.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right in saying this is saber rattling. What's not saber rattling though is the IOC banned the entire Russian team from competing in the 2018 Olympics due to state-sponsored doping. Athletes can still participate though, just under
extra scrutiny.
Well,
and without Russian flag, yes.
Yep, without a Russian flag. So
no anthem, no team. Yes.
It's crazy though. Think about that. Russia is not going to be in the 2018 Winter Olympics. That's crazy. That's weird.
Fuck them.
Yeah, it's weird to think about. Yeah, absolutely. State-sponsored doping. Look, there's certain things you don't do.
and the funny part is the IOC is like the most corrupt fucking organization in the world outside of like FIFA.
Mm-hmm. And the NCAA.
NCAA more. No.
Yeah,
IOC is worse.
Yeah,
IOC is definitely worse.
I'm not sure if IOC is worse than FIFA though.
No, FIFA's worse.
Yeah, FIFA is worse. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, FIFA's worse. Most corrupt organization yet. They actually have the balls to stick up to Russia of all people. This would be one thing if like, oh, we're going to ban Yemen for state-sponsored doping. To, just tell them show the world who's boss.
Is the IOC more powerful than Russia?
Apparently.
Oh, man. Anyways, though, Dorf.
Russia probably just hacked the IOC, though.
They could have. Never know. Dorf, though, that's going to do it this week for the Majors Live. Dorf, this is going to be it for you.
I'm done for the year.
Yep,
yes.
You are done for the year. We're not going to see you until 2018, our first show in 2018, which I believe is going to be the 7th or the 8th.
It's whatever that Monday is.
Yeah,
we're going to Mondays.
Yep, we're going to Mondays. We'll have one more show this year, and then we'll be done until...
the 8th. Monday the 8th.
Monday the 8th. So for Dorf...
Part-timer
Sean. I am Adam saying have a good week, everybody. See you next time.